Hi, this is Yoshio and welcome back to Indigo Park. And yes, this is chapter 1 again. I have played this game before on the channel and it was a lot of fun, but it's unusual. This game's really caught my imagination, it's really caught my attention, and I really want to have a little bit of a chat, my thoughts, my ideas, my theories about what's going on. It's just for fun. It's just like, I just want to be a nerd. I just want to talk about this game for a bit. So this isn't one of these thoroughly investigated, scripted, like video kind of things. It's just me talking off the top of my head. I'm just going to pull things out of the air and just talk about some random stuff as and when it kind of crosses my mind. So I'm just going to have another playthrough. The editing's going to be a bit all over the place. We're going to have fun. If you're a fan of the game, then you probably already heard of all of these. I did watch Unique Geese, the creator of the game. I did watch his take on the game theory video. So that's kind of like what's inspired me. I watched it and I'm like, I like a lot of what I'm seeing, to be honest. But there's a couple of bits I thought were kind of skimmed over or weren't really like discussed at the time. And I just want to, I don't know, there's a couple of things I want to check out as well. So let's get into this. So we got Rambly. We're going to talk about Rambly, all kinds of bits and bobs. And yeah, essentially I want to nerd out. I just want to be a big old Indigo Park nerd and just talk about it. And just chill out and vibe with Rambly. So the intro thing, I'm going to assume that you've already know the game. You already know all the ins and outs. It's full spoilers everywhere. And we're going to be discussing lots of different things as we go along. Might be a short video, might be a long video. I got no idea. But I think this intro video is really, really, really important. It's when you look at it and start kind of like pausing details, it comes across as being really important. So obviously the guy is introducing the park's first opening, and yeah, the game theory video, for example, they drew a parallel to Disney, for example. So it opened all this time ago. Things happened, it was successful for a while, something went bad, and then it closed down and it's been abandoned ever since then. But when you look at all these details and start reading the stuff, like that conversation for example, we'll come back to that. This footage, no one talks about much. But then I've not really looked at any other people's theories either, so it's kind of like, I'm sort of in a bubble. So I'm going to repeat a lot of things that other people have already said. So also, I'm coming into this fairly fresh. I haven't played Five Nights at Freddy's and a lot of these mascot horror kind of games. So I'm coming in completely blind and neutral to all the stuff that's happened before. So we're going to get underway into the game. And once the intro is ended, we're going to start looking at things, discussing things. Maybe I'll come across something that I didn't see before in my original gameplay, so there'll be lots of things to talk about. So my first question is in regards to the protagonist. Who are they? Why are they here? And if you look at that intro screen, you get the chat. You got EN sign talking with LSparks53. So EN sign, I'm assuming, is our protagonist. Goes by the name of Ed, but they've also got UF as their username, which I don't know what that would be. So UF, what would that even stand for? So that's one little thing. What is that? So yeah, if I catch something that catches my eye a little bit, I'm going to be looking. So you got a Bird Up can. Bird Up is the drink from this place, and it's very important. There is no crouch, and there's no zoom, so I can't really get close on details. I didn't notice that it was police tape on the outside. That's pretty wild, actually. It's not just like closed, it's actual police tape, as though there's been a crime. But also, if you look at EN signs, or Ed, shall we call them Ed for now? So if you look at Ed's desktop on the screenshot, at the bottom left, he has some notes. And it says, was it Indigo Park? Left to do? And it has main points. Why did it close? What is left? Then there's a couple more lines which are a bit more mysterious. We have got, is it still something? Is it still there? Is it still something? I don't know. And then it says, will it? So there are 4 questions that they're asking, 2 of which we can see clearly, 2 of which I don't know. But I think, is it still there? That kind of begs something, doesn't it? Another thing, the bins are in good condition. But it's kind of the thing I don't know if anybody's ever like drawn a thing, made a thing. Like video games, I would assume is pretty similar to a bunch of other stuff. If you're making a thing, then everything is deliberate. There's nothing by chance. Things are left there for a purpose or a reason. Sometimes it's just to help with the problem that you're coming across when developing a game. Sometimes it's for a narrative purpose, and all the things in between. So I'm going to assume that if I see a thing, it's done for a very specific reason and purpose. And by listening to Unique Geese talk about his game and like how it was developed, I get the impression that the creation process, a lot of it, was very, very, very deliberate. This, we're going to come back to. The whole entrance issue. I think we're going to come back to some of this. So let's have a look over here. Oh yeah, I did have a quick look at the code on those boxes. So that code leads you to a Unreal Assets shop. So that's what that's from. And then they put the Indigo logo on it, I suppose. So for example, that things are done in a deliberate sense. So this whole entrance, it's trashed, it's destroyed, it's all kinds of bad. If you look on Ed's images on his PC, there's an image and it's not destroyed. So in terms of making a full asset that is completely not destroyed, just to have a bit of a clue as to what it looked like beforehand, we got the idea of the, you know, the disrepair, that kind of thing. So that's just kind of a fun little detail. I'm gonna keep looking. What does that say? Nostalgia? With the TV screen and some hearts. No idea. No idea. And we got the, I don't know, orange paintwork splattered around. And the camera. Is the camera following me? These are the details I haven't noticed before. Yeah, the camera's following me. So that must be rambly. And then we can go inside. I'm going to skip some other stuff. It's going to be very chop and change. Some of the stuff I mentioned is going to be, I don't know, maybe interesting to you. Some of the stuff is just like, why are you talking about the graffiti on the walls? I don't know. But yeah, that thing with the headphones, the egg headphones, a couple of times. Isn't that just Unique Geese's logo? I think that's what that is actually. I don't know. So I've only ever played this as a regular person. I've never actually gone to any real effort to explore all the details. But this scanner above the chair, that's quite interesting. I didn't notice that before. It kind of glowed just now. But yeah, let's have a look.
I'm Rambly the raccoon.
Hey, let's get ourselves scanned.
Sure your experience here at Indigo Park
He gets a good look at me. And you see the webcam turn on. There you go.
Don't seem to have your face in our guest list.
We're going to talk about
Is
this.
this your first time here at the park? Or did you just get plastic surgery?
Here's something I didn't notice for. We got the rambly flooring there. That's really cool. That's quite fun. Covered by rubble inside this room. But let's talk about the registration process. There's a thing on there regarding the time and the dates, all that kind of stuff. And I think people have already worked out pretty well what the date of this game is supposed to be set at, or at least where it's strongly implied. But hole in the ceiling. And the newspaper says it was 2015 when something happened. But Rambly makes a couple of comments as well. He says that he doesn't recognise this, which means that if he's always been here, you know, looking at all the customers who come in, does he remember them or does he not remember them? If he does remember them, but he doesn't remember us, even though we've had conversations with Laura, her name was, wasn't it? Our friend online. And, or sister, family member, not sure yet. But they've had discussions where we have definitely been to Indigo Park before. But last time we come here, that Ed went there, must have been before the AI of Rambly was installed. Because, yeah. So there's like, what happened when? I think that's the discussions that people need to be having. So we need to get in here. So yeah, sorry if these discussions are boring. It's all like obvious statements. But I just wanted to address them. I just want to talk about the game. So let's do this. Hello. Another thing, when you look at the logo, there's a Ferris wheel, which we do know exists in the game, but there's also a roller coaster, which we have not seen. So either it's something that's destroyed, or perhaps it's going to be something that shows up later. Or, you know, it's just, you know, graphics that look pretty. But you can tell there's been some kind of refurbishment gone on, because this gate, doesn't it resemble what was at the start in the intro film in black and white? But they've kind of put on these speakers, tried to modernise it. They just put a little AI thingy here Rambly to welcome people in. Queue system's about the same. So let's do this. Let's get this thing hooked up. Actually, another thought about the protagonist. We know that they're an urban explorer and they like to explore these kinds of places, but when they had the conversation, they kind of say that not even going to bring my stuff. But why is that the case? Why would they not bring their stuff? Because it's clear that they've pre-planned this. They're kind of making it sound like, oh, maybe we should just go and check it out, but it's clearly pre-planned because they've made notes. They've made a little bit of research. They have like a post-it that says, oh, is the power back on? So they already know that there's something going on here. So yeah, it's not just oh, let's go check this place out. It is like something's happening and I really want to see what's going on.
Welcome to Indigo Park.
And in we go. Indigo Park is here. So we got Molly, Rambly, and I think we're going to have discussions as to Rambly's relationship with each of the characters as we go. Hey, here Lloyd. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Lloyd later. Into the gift shop. So let's have a little look around here. So we've got all the merch. Lots of Rambly merch. Got some Lloyd, Molly plushes everywhere. And we got the keychains. We have got Lloyd. Oh, why can I never remember the name of the serpent dude? You got Molly, and then we got Salem, which I don't know, something about this kind of caught my eye because this is the only time that we see Salem merch in the whole game as far as I can remember. Am I wrong in saying that? And also we got 5 notches and we know that Rambly is also a character here. Why have all... Oh, he's still watching me, isn't he? Oh, he's big time watching. Big time watching. But yeah, we know that Rambly's a thing. Like, there's all the other merch here. Why have all these keychains been stripped out? Unless there's a 5th character that should go there that isn't Rambly. But why would that be? No, I'm pretty sure this is the deliberate act. You got a whole vertical strip of stuff. But why? And why is the Salem merch here? There's no discussion about Salem outside of the video game. We'll get to that later. Yeah, I think that with the critter cuff, Rambly has us. That's basically it. We're in now. We can't get that thing off. We are involved and we can't change a thing about it. Yeah, there's such a huge disconnect between the old style theme park and the high-end science, you know? And yeah, there seems to be a different philosophical approach. You've got like this tube, we got like the animatronic arm with the TV on it, and then we got like, you know, keychain thing. Okay, gonna shut that door on me?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
The door mysteriously locked.
Yeah, you did that.
Why not test out your band and save
Okay,
the
let's
day?
get ourselves out. Let's get ourselves out. So let's scan and the beep. But the critter cuff, yeah, it does monitor us. It also
Hooray!
later
Great
on,
work, buddy.
yeah, it seems to
Now try
protect
entering
us.
the park, and we can start our Indigo adventure.
No sweat. So you got the Molly McCaw merch, Indigo Park t-shirts. Let's keep going. So through here we have to beep our door, don't we? So beep it here. But this is something I completely missed when I was playing it before. The statue. The statue watches you. I'm assuming that it's just a Rambly with a camera. I'm assuming that it's just that. But this is obviously a reference to Disney and all that kind of thing. Rambly. Rambly statues when? Okay. But yeah, he watching us. And he's a bit spooky about it. But yeah. Maybe it's just a fun little thing. Maybe it's Rambly watching us. I don't think there's much else to see from that. Okay, we're going to go. And we're still being watched. I'm noticing these cameras. I never really paid attention before. But yeah, all these cameras are active and they're all watching. So it's just a little detail I didn't really spot before. But one question is, what caused the collapse? What caused that to happen? Was it just random? We're going to assume it's random. It's fine. We'll keep going around. Oh, Finley. Sorry, my dude. I always forget your name. Finley it is. All aboard Rambly's... Wait, I never thought about this before. So this is... Look, come meet Finley at the Oceanic Odyssey. Yes. Molly McCaw's rooftop races. Come join. It's all good. All aboard Rambly's What? There's no actual writing. Maybe I'm reading a bit too much into it, literally. But it's just all aboard Rambly is, we know it's the train. But there's no name here. Is that significant? Does it matter? Has there been some kind of rewriting of history or something like this? Because, yeah, we're going to have to get into what is Rambly's role in all of this? When was he introduced? Wait. One of the things has fallen down on the floor. I'm assuming 2 of them. One is Lloyd, one is Salem. This is all that I can guess. Could we flip it over? I'm guessing no. So yeah. Lloyd has been disgraced. Salem has been erased from history. We're going to be talking about a couple of these bits as well. So Rambly's friends are Finley and Molly. He doesn't seem to mind that they have changed the way they have. Unless they were always like that, I don't know. Oh yeah, another thing that sort of randomly crossed my mind in regards to the protagonist. The fact that Rambly didn't recognise us on the camera. It could have implied that we had some kind of injury that, you know, really hurt us kind of thing. Here we go, it's Rambly's Railroad. There we go. Now we know what it is. I've got another question here. At what point does Molly start following us? I think it's really early on. I think we spot her briefly during this queue here. Is this the first time? Or is there an earlier time? Yeah, she went there. I'm pretty sure that was her. I never thought about this before either. Again, you only really design games in certain ways for very specific reasons. If you're going to put something there, it's very rarely for no reason. There's like a specific purpose. So why is there an empty plinth in the queue system? That's my question now as well. Was there originally a different character on that spot? Or was it a different kind of Rambly? I don't know. Because yeah, I don't know. Maybe, again, a lot of this, I'm maybe just reading a bit too much into things. But I don't know. I'm just here to ask the questions. You can always put in the comments saying, oh, I think you're off the mark there. Or maybe, oh, maybe you're onto something. Who knows? Okay, we're going to ride this train and see what we can see. But you got to be quick. Oh, look. Lloyd and Rambly being friends on that picture. So that's something else. This area is Molly.
It's Molly McCaw.
Yo, yo, yo.
It's Molly McCaw, the greatest pilot you ever saw.
She is.
You sure are, Mol. Why, you only crashed into 6 bars this week.
I'm not crashing, Rambly. I'm barnstorming. It barely hurts at all.
Okay, there's this bit. Why is there just a random seagull with a couple of coconuts there? And a seagull on the floor as well. What is that? Why is all that extra effort just to put that one thing in there? Here come Finley. We've got all these bubble characters, I guess. We'll be visiting you later. Alright, cool. Now we're getting on to the spicy stuff. So, the train ride stops here. And it's a weird problem. Rambly crashes out. It seems to be whenever there's like stress, anxiety, or a negative emotion of some sort. Rambly kind of goes on the fritz a little bit. But this is weird. He doesn't actually talk about anything. He doesn't tell us why he's like that. He doesn't give any kind of apology. Because normally he kind of like elaborates or explains. But there's no comment made whatsoever. I'm pretty sure this is some kind of blood stain. Which leaves me, I don't know, a bit of a wild theory. Okay, so this is obviously Salem's area. She's split in two, and she is out of here. She's not really discussed at all in the entirety of the game. She's mentioned in the arcade machine, which I guess we'll get to a bit later as well. But she's never actually referred to directly by Rambly at all. And the blood stuff. So I guess my wildest take and theory could be that, is Salem already dead? Is she gone? That would be pretty interesting if that was the case. If she's dead and gone, an incident happened, she was wiped out, and that created this current situation. So that's an interesting thing. Potentially. But I think it would make sense if she was still around. But there's also another thing What kind of salesman would be around? Hello? He hurt Lloyd. He hurt Lloyd. Okay, we're getting into the spicy topics now. Are there two... Well, we know there are two Mollys. And we know that there are two Finleys. Are there two Lloyds? Because is there a war going on between animatronic characters and the monster characters that we also see going around? So the animatronic got destroyed and she's defending Lloyd, which is quite interesting. I don't know, it's just a weird random thing that popped into my head. Probably means nothing and I'm reading too much into everything. But that's kind of like the fun of it. Because look, over here there's another animatronic. Why have we got cardboard cutouts in the main ride when you've got all these really cool ones tucked around the back? Where's Lloyd's animatronic as well? So that's another question. Where is that one? We've seen Juicy Molly later on, and we do see animatronic Molly, but there is neither. We only see the real Lloyd and not an animatronic, and we see both of Finley, so that's sort of a thing as well. Give me that hat, thank you. And we'll grab that cog. And then I guess we'll head back, unless there's something else that I might... What does that say? Lloyd's Limos. Okay, I don't know what that is, but fine. Let's go. Everything is juiced up and powered on. But yeah, with the renovations, we got the old infrastructure with all the old lights working, but then we just got all these cables that are just shoved around in random places. And this triple pipe structure always... I don't know, it just caught my eye first time round, and I still don't know what that's about. The red pipe I have seen around. Blue and green, I'm not sure if they're significant. Maybe they link up to certain areas that we need to be aware of. Because, I don't know. I just don't know. It could just be an easy asset just to fill a bit of blank wall. Anyway, we are back to the train. And it is Lloyd. Hello? Oh, there we are. I was facing the wrong way. Hey, Lloyd.
Hey there, Lloyd.
Hey, Lloyd.
Do not shame me with that common folk
Like
name.
your little hats and
I am
that.
the
But we know
proud, the prestigious,
Molly got to show up here.
professional Lloydford Elias.
Because I missed that. Most people miss it. You're supposed to look over here. But here she is. She looking.
Of course
She
it
looking.
I'm the real-
Also, another weird thing. Okay, here we go. We're really getting into it now. So, Rambley spoke to Lloyd. Again, I'm reading way too deeply into all of this stuff. Rambley spoke to Lloyd, as in, oh, great act, like really sarcastic. And Lloyd responded. So, everything else seems pre-recorded. Was that a pre-recorded line? Or was he also a bit of a freestyle AI there? I don't know.
Now you know all about my friends. And Lloyd.
A lot of this stuff I'm really reaching.
Where'd it go?
I know I'm really reaching. But that's again, it's the fun of it. It's the fun of it. Oh, could we buy something? What's the password? I suddenly feel very short. But these are our tills. So what we got? That's the train ride. Oh no, I didn't see that before. It's Molly running up the train. Oh no. Oh no, I do not like that. I do not like that at all. That's really good. No. That's actually spooked me a lot more than I care to admit. Is there anything else? No, everything else is fine. But that one picture of Molly running up the track? No. And we're heading into the main park. The Ferris wheel is over there, which we never get to see properly. But that's fine. That's cool. And there's no one around. There's this big rambly thing on the wall. It looks really fresh compared to everything else. That's just been put on there. That's very recent activity. Lemonade. Old Alice's shake-ups. Who's Alice? That's the first time I paid attention properly. Got cherry, orange, strawberry and peach, but who's Alice? Everything else is branded by character. Who does? Sauces. Café de Raton Laveur. Oh no, my French is terrible. Apparently it means raccoon cafe. Fine. That's no problem. So we got our little cafe here. And we'll keep grabbing these collectibles. We'll talk about these maybe all at once at the end, because I completely missed the Rambley's comments about those items as we went on. So yeah, we're going to review all of that as well. Actually, maybe, should we talk about these now? So before, I didn't actually click on them. If you click on them, you get a different kind of opinion. So this is how much the game wants us to know so far. We haven't got Lloyd, the strawberry, the dog thing, and the mask. So let's just go along. Maybe they're in a very deliberate order. So let's go with the Raction figure. It's the all-new Rambley Raccoon Raction figure. Okay.
Oh, I got this. I know the commercial by heart.
Wow, it's the unlimited edition Rambley the Raccoon Raction figure. Push him down and he jumps. Push him up and he doesn't. Only $19.99 at your favorite toy store.
$20 is cheap. $20 is cheap. Okay, the souvenir cup. When I was a kid, they used to have free unlimited refills on these things. I once drank so much, bird up, that I got sick and threw up while riding rooftop races. That poor kid behind me. Which confirms that Ed, our character, has definitely been here before. So they are familiar with all the old characters.
Ooh, that's a Rambley cup. Nothing beats the taste of fresh Rambleberry juice drunk directly out of my plastic, lifeless...
I mean, fine. Okay, we got a regular plush. Let's go with a regular Rambley plush. Kinda feels like Rambley has a whole empire now, being the main man of Indigo and all. Okay, so Rambley, in this aspect, is currently considered the main star of Indigo Park. Okay.
Congratulations! You found me! Don't I look adorable?
You're adorable as heck. Alright, a gold one. They were so money hungry they just recoloured Rambley and called it a new product. That's kinda lazy, don't you think?
Wow, is that a limited edition gold Rambley plush? Parents were fighting tooth and nail for those things when they came out. Seriously, our employees had to clean up so many stray teeth and nails. Hard to believe there was all that demand for a regular Rambley plush we just blasted with gold spray paint.
Was there an allusion to some kind of bad thing that they're clearing up? Bits of body. Anyway, let's talk about the Moddy plush. I remember when my mum used to take us to the parks one summer. Her favourite was always Moddy. So when they first opened the new Moddy meet and greet in Jetstream Junction, we were some of the first in line. Okay, meet and greets. That is the thing you do at a theme park where you go and meet a character. Typically someone in a costume. So that used to be a thing that happened. Okay.
Oh, a Molly plush! She's always been my best friend. Did you know she builds planes in her landing pad at the park? And then she crashes them. She's so talented.
Okay, so Molly is Rambley's best friend. Okay, good. Finley, the sea serpent, always kind of freaked me out. I love aquariums and fish, but the size of him always made me feel uneasy as a kid.
Oh, you found my buddy Finley. You know, he's really shy. Like, too shy. Like, obnoxiously shy. But he's got a good heart. I hope you get to meet him someday.
Okay, so Rambley and Finley are friends. And then we have Lloyd. I feel like as a kid, Indigo used Lloyd a lot more. He was always one of my favourites.
Ew, Lloyd.
Does not want to discuss Lloyd. So yeah, there's definitely a thing going on between Lloyd and Finley. We're kind of close to the Lloyd stuff, so I guess we're going to have to get into that in a second. Also, this place has no name. It does have the big emblem on it. Kind of reminds me of like a Mario kind of style. But I'm guessing this is going to be some kind of Finley kind of hangout restaurant area. Cafe on one side, more of a sit-down place on the other. Because it does look like there was a rebranding of sorts went on. This place is busted in a bad way. And then over here, the door is locked. And then we have to go back to the theatre. And the theatre is where Lloyd hangs out. Voluptuous villa, designer clothing with your favourite characters. Okay. And by moon, by night, alternative gifts. Seems a bit more adult in tone. Okay. It's still a full moon. The clock has gone absolutely haywire. So that's the thing. And the photo shop, which is obviously closed. Let's talk about Rambley and Lloyd. I think generally people pretty much accept these days that Lloyd used to be the main attraction of Indigo Park, but there was a switch of focus toward Rambley. Why and for what reason and when that happened? Not quite sure yet. If you look at the original footage in the intro of the game when the park's being opened, you can see Lloyd on the wall behind Isaac, the guy opening the park. And if you go to the entrance now, it's now Rambly. So that artwork got removed and shoved out of the way and got painted over with Rambly. So Rambly is now the guy that they're focusing on. Is that to do with... Is Isaac no longer in charge? Is that something that's going on? Or is there other reasons as well? So we don't know those things. But yeah, Lloyd's definitely had a fall from grace. We don't know the specifics as to why that is. Lloyd's main stage presents the perfect performance. It's Lloyd live. With the Ferris wheel, Rambly's face is on there as well, and that is fully powered up and fully turned on. Whereas the Lloyd area is kind of left alone, isn't it? It's kind of just dumped on the side there. So Rambly got a lot of the attention. He's all kinds of turned on, switched up, and ready to entertain. So that's kind of interesting little detail as well. It all kind of matches up in the ways that people kind of guessed that, yeah, Lloyd got removed as the main focus of the place. I guess we'll go in. We know what happens. We got to get spooked on. It's fine. So we're in the theatre. We know what happens. Lloyd is on stage. And I missed it before when he ran away. I just glimpsed him disappearing. But you see his tail just twitched. And his foot just twitched. So let's approach. He's seen us. And then he goes. We actually get to see him full body, full movement. Nice little logo up there. It's kind of like a ninja cat or something.
If you're going back there, be careful. Your critter club is not yet able to resuscitate you.
Not yet able to resuscitate me. Means you have plans for that to happen? Okay, there's also the piano around here, which plays the end theme. I think that's just a fun little thing. I don't think there's any great thing to that apart from, you know, just making it a bit spooky. Okay, we'll go in. I normally rush through. Maybe there's a couple of details that I'll miss, but let's have a little look around. See if anything pops up and catches my eye. I do have one more quite wild theory. Maybe, should I just say it right at the end? Oh, here's a camera. So this is the last camera at which, yeah, Rambly can watch. So we're into the Wranglers only. Actually, that gives me a thought. Why is it that Rambly can only see in the public areas and he can't see the behind the scenes areas? That's weird. So we go in here. Lloyd is hanging out. He's spooking over there. Yeah. And then he spooks off. Got a Lloyd's limo sign. I wonder if there's any other disposed of stuff. A big Lloyd plush. So, Lloyd's limos. Is that a ride that doesn't exist anymore? Interesting. Alright. And there's the Lloyd statue that got removed. It must have got removed from the fountain in the middle. It's now a Rambly statue. Okay. Or maybe the one from the front of the park. But yeah, this got put in storage. This is all of Lloyd's stuff that's been now, well, hidden away. It's gone. Lloyd ain't the cool kid no more. No more cool cat. He's a bit old-fashioned, and Rambly don't like him. So I think that's the biggest thing here. So Rambly just don't like this dude. Here we go. We're going to get attacked now. Beep it out. There we go. There he is. There's my guy. But the critter cuff goes off, and that sends him on his way. That kind of gives me a bit more of an idea that there's a disparity between the monsters and the technology side. And Molly is there, and she's spooking away as well. Because there is this insistence that, yeah, Molly and Rambly are best friends, but have we seen evidence of this? Or is it just Rambly's headcanon? So maybe there are a couple of things that went on. So maybe the place, they wanted to improve it. They wanted to modernize it. So they installed all of this technology, all of this crazy wild stuff. But there also seems to be, so there's two strands. You got Rambly himself, who's the AI. And he's been, well, told to welcome everybody, look after everybody, and do all the nice things for everybody. But then you've also got the monsters, And spoilers, we know all this. Molly does get killed and there's a lot of blood, which implies that it's definitely a creature or some kind of cyborg minimum as opposed to a pure robot. Which is, yeah, it's normally animatronics is the deal, but I don't think it's animatronics. They've already been destroyed and left behind the train ride, for example. I like how Rambly is on the dustbins because, you know, trash pandas and all that. Hopefully Rambly doesn't mind. Such a cute little dude. But the design is almost robotic. Like with a visor and that. Very hard lines. Everything else is cute and round and fluffy. So maybe there's a animatronic Rambly out there somewhere as well. These are all random theories, these are all random thoughts, because they do seem to have one of each. With Molly there's definitely one creature and one animatronic. But we don't know about the other characters. But now that we've unlocked this, we can go inside to Molly's area and have a little look around in there. I never actually thought about what kind of ride Rooftop Races was originally. Did you put you in one of those things and you would just go flying around off like a monorail kind of deal? That's kind of fun. Also, Molly. Right here. She big. She a big girl. And she's looking up there, which is that a clue to go pick up the lamb item? Maybe I'll just go grab that real quick. So you go up here, and then Rambly says, you know, you go into the whole thing about the program, you know, the ride being broken. Did it spin out of control and people crashed? It's really major disrepair. Okay, let's go get that other plush, because apparently it's nothing to do with the park. So I don't know, maybe it was like was it someone's Kickstarter thing? Is that what it is? Or maybe it's something else we'll find out later. Yeah, this spooky little poodle thing. He's got a smile that knows too much. Grab that. And we got Molly's garage, which is a huge area with nothing to do with it. Maybe there was an idea, but they ran out of time and they couldn't fully implement it. Or there's something here. The fact that there's a huge World War II type plane in here, when all the other planes are like toys. They've got a real one with a 96 written on it. And then we have the big question. The arcade machine. Molly, what do you know? Tell us your secrets. This looks freshly painted actually. This is nice quality. This is really good. Lots and lots of bird up drinks. All the drink stuff. But the arcade machine is a huge thing. Molly's plane crashed somewhere in Rambly Woods. I better find her and make sure she's okay. This is Rambly Rush. There is a secret area. I've seen it on the internet. I've never found it for myself. I'm gonna try and find it. Maybe I can do a pacifist run or something. Is that a thing I can do? No, not this time. Ah, here we go. If you go left, hold left. That's it. Hey, we found the secret. Hello. All the music went. Molly. Yeah. Molly was in a cage. That's... yeah. It's alluded to with the dialogue, if you can make it out through all the reverb effects and that she is kept in a cage as a punishment or something like that. Which, yeah, nasty thing. Nasty business. No comment on how like angry Rambly looks. He's on the aggressive, you know. Does the water kill us? Yeah, the water kills us. I shouldn't experiment like this. Oh, I'm rolling way back here. Ah! It's not... because those guys have a romance, it's not like obvious that these guys are evil. We just happen to be able to kill them. After that first teleport, there's actually nothing to do. There's nothing to collect. There's no enemies to dodge. It's just a case of work your way along. I'm guessing you can't go down there. I'm guessing no. I'm guessing no. Oh, let's have a look. No. Oh, if I'm gonna do it, I might as well do it properly and thoroughly the one time. And then Salem shows up. The only explicit mention of her in the game. How's about I try my new potion on her instead? I'm tired. Okay. So, I think this is really important to understanding what might be going on. Okay, to slow dumpster face. What did you do to her? Meet the new and improved Molly McCaw. Now with none of that friendship garbage stopping her from tearing you to pieces. Yeah, it's... Okay, let's get through this and then maybe we'll discuss. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. Okay, we got the Rambleberry. We beat her like normal and everything was fine. But there is a whole thing. And I think it's obviously quite an important thing. It's an easy to miss area. I missed it on my first playthrough as well. But if you find it, it's really important when you start thinking about the ramifications of what's gone on. So Salem, they're saying that Salem infected Molly and turned her evil. So Salem is directly responsible or represents the people that made the monster Molly that is going to attack us when we go into the landing pad. I think, yeah, there was the game theory video, and they reckon that Molly might be the good guy, and then which would mean that Rambly is the bad guy. I don't think it's that clear cut, and I don't think it's that simple. Also, yeah, the developer guy has always been steadfastly saying that Rambly's a good guy. He's always doing his best. This kind of thing. I don't think it's so clear cut in either direction. I think Rambly has absolutely in his mind, in his AI mind, the best interests at heart for the park and for a happy fun time. But because he's an AI, he has a bias in how the humans have installed him. So because he says that something is good and is going to work well, does he have the morality to actually make that make sense? If that makes sense, you know? So in his naive little way, it might actually be a bit of a miscalculation. Maybe that's the best way to phrase it. Might be a bit of an error in the judgment that he's trying to make sometimes. So it doesn't mean he's explicitly bad, but he might make a decision that could result in a certain way. But because he's pre-programmed, say like Molly for example, he just sees Molly as his friend, start to finish, you know, top to bottom. Always was, always will be best friend. It doesn't matter that she's a monster that might kill people, sort of thing. I don't know. So I don't know. Let's get this puzzle underway. You actually don't need to go in here. You can just solve the puzzle without going through everything else. But I'll have a little look in case there's another detail I've missed. I don't think so. And then more music stops, so it's like fine. I don't need to go in there if I don't want to. See, it's open. So whatever. But anyway, door is open. I'm gonna go have a look now anyway. Molly's still hanging around. I missed her run past before. There she goes. I did not see her do that before. She jumped. She bounced. Wow. I didn't know she did that. So I don't believe that Rambly is evil, but I do believe he would make mistakes not understanding what he has done. So I think there might be a learning process for Rambly to come to terms with. I think that might be a direction that the game could possibly go in. Alright, slide down and bump. And also, yeah, the other thing that we can think about, what is Rambly's relationship with each of the characters? So we just discussed, yeah, Rambly and Molly. From Rambly's perspective, that's the only thing that we get to be told about. From Rambly's perspective, Molly is the best friend. Always was, always will be. Monster or no, Molly, best friend. Lloyd, enemy. Not a friend, not a dude we like, not a dude we talk about. And that is because of Lloyd being the original star of the show. And whoever showed up later on decided that that's not the case. Rambly's now going to be the main deal. We don't even know if Rambly was there from day one. And the only time we've seen Rambly is the refurbished train ride, and he's also on the dustbins. So the dustbins might be a reason. That might have been his original station, which is a bit of a sad time for him. I'm just looking around. And then you got Finley. I think they're just kind of like, he's just a dude. I know he's kind of like friends because Rambly has a naturally positive disposition. He says he's a bit obnoxious in how like slow he is. Not slow, shy, introverted kind of deal. And it's like, fine. There we go. Slide down here. Hello. That made me jump. Why? I know it's coming. It made me jump. And then there's Salem, who he doesn't even refer to by name at all. No mention. No word. Why is Rambly in Molly's area? Oh, hang on. Maybe this wasn't originally Molly's area. Maybe this was originally Rambly's area. Again, I'm just thinking out loud. I haven't scripted any of this. I'm just saying random stuff as I see it, and I'm over-reading into every situation that I see. So we shall go in and we shall do the chase sequence, which I don't think there's much to discuss. I think we just need to make sure that we grab the item on the way out. And that's basically it. Well, the game just had an update, and apparently they've changed the death artwork for when Molly catches you. So let's have a look at this. Maybe it'll be fun. Hey Molly, how you doing? Yo, yo, yo. Dribbly girl. Hello. Ah. Ow. Well, that's how that went. Oh, wow. That is a new update. Sure, you were caught by Molly McCaw. Wow, that's a really cool artwork. Okay, there we go.
Wait, hold on. This one's staff only. Come on in, new staff.
Hey, there you go. Hop. Okay, we did the chase sequence. Molly got her head cut off. And yeah, it was a messy, splatty kind of thing. And yeah, that really rolls into the theory that the monsters aren't robots because, you know, bleeding, blood. We did see animatronics earlier, but Molly's one was destroyed. Well, it wasn't destroyed, it was still talking. And it was saying about Lloyd being hurt. So, I don't know, there does seem to be a thing of animatronics versus monsters. Maybe. I don't actually know. Can I take this? Is this the collectible? No. I can just stand on it. I mean, fine. Rambly watching. But yeah, Rambly essentially decapitating his own apparent best friend and not really talking about it. Because, again, that kind of leads into his personality. He's just an AI. He can only process a certain amount. He'd be like, oh, that's just Molly. She'll shake it off. That kind of approach, maybe. It's kind of interesting that the Rangers only stuff, the Wranglers, is that what they're referred to as? They're kind of like the staff, I'm assuming. If you remember the original intro video, you actually see some nighttime footage. There are two clips. One is someone walking through into a private area of the park, and the other one is someone driving into the Wrangler entrance, which is kind of fun.
Uh-oh. That Rambly's Wrangler's room is only accessible by Royal Wranglers.
Oh, the Royal Wranglers.
One day you'll grow up big and strong enough to enter it. But for now, don't.
So there's like a tier system between members of staff. Hang on, we got green and yellow pipes here, not red. And here we got orange, blue, and red. Yeah, I don't know if pipes have become a thing, or if they're just like a nice way to pretty the place up. But yeah, coloured pipes. Sure. Rookie Wrangler security room. Okay, only rookies can go in here, and the pros can go that way. So we'll go in here. And then we're going to be able to check out more of Rambly's comments on some of these items. Oh, look. Here's this high-tech stuff. That is one of those scanner things. So let's keep talking to Rambly about all these other items. Oh, giant anchor. Huge. Okay, let's talk. So we have got Lloyd, who he does not like. So that's a no. But then we've got the retro Lloyd plush. I always find it weird when companies make merch that's supposed to look old. Lloyd obviously had an older look in the classic Indigo cartoons, but I'm not sure it looked like this. I guess nostalgia sells. He's like a black and white mode.
I don't get why we even have those. And why do they only make one of Lloyd? Is it because he's the loudest? I can be loud too! Where's my limited edition throwback plush? Where's Molly's? Where's Finley's? Give this mistake to a child and they'll cry.
Wow, give this mistake to a child and they'll cry. Yeah, so definitely not a fan. Really doesn't like that. So let's have a look at... Is it the hat? What about the poodle plush? It's a weird poodle plush. It doesn't seem to be an Indigo product. Sure doesn't look like any character you've seen in the parks. Maybe a child left it behind.
Hey, buddy, did you dig that out of the lost and found? Or was it in the trash? No surprise, I guess, that our park would dispose of a non-Indigo brand toy. I suppose he'd make playtime special for a child with poor taste, though.
So Rambley absolutely trashes it? So, is this a concept that didn't come to fruition? Because he denies all knowledge. Never seen that guy before kind of deal. But he's not very kind about it. Really doesn't like that thing. Okay, let's try the ears. I remember watching those old DVDs that Indigo would send to your house when you booked a reservation. They always advertised the biggest gift shops and made all this silly merchandise look so fun. My dad promised me he'd buy me a pair when we went.
Rambly ears? Those used to fly off the shelves. That pair is pretty damaged, though. Keep your eyes peeled. There's gotta be at least one more mint condition set out there somewhere. Like a yard sale.
Okay, so nothing really to get into. Two more things to go. We have got the Rambleberry and the head. The head you can only collect during the chase, so you only get a very fleeting moment to grab that. And the Rambleberry one is very easily missed. This thing popped out of the Rambly Rush arcade cabinet. How is this even possible? Do you think it's edible?
Whoa, where'd you get that? Rambleberries are my favorite! Oh, if only I could jump out of the screen and take a big bite. Don't eat it! Maybe I'll be able to one day!
Don't eat it. Maybe I'll be able to one day. So Rambly got ambitions to get out of the computer. And he'd be like a weird 2D sprite running around town. That'd be a thing to behold. Also, yeah, going back to the intro screen, why do I keep calling it that? The intro video. There was a newspaper from 2015, I think it was, and it says that Indigo Park was evacuated. Something must have happened. There was like a big incident. For the park to be evacuated, I'd like to be able to read that article if possible. But yes. So, one more thing to talk about. Over here, there's one more item to talk about. It's the Rambly head. It's freaky. This must be one of those mascot costumes they used to use at the parks. In a weird way, I'm kind of glad that they retired these. So, this must have been worn by a staff member as entertainment for the meet and greets. So this is why we found it backstage. So let's talk.
Whoa, where'd you find that? I've never seen anyone wearing one. Pretty snazzy. Ooh, looks like there's an audio recording tag with costume in my database I've never noticed before. Let's listen!
Hey Jackson, you hear about the new mascots?
Yeah, think it'll put us out of a job?
I think so. Old sport. And right after we got this damn raccoon costume.
Man, screw this place. I said we get our asses out of here and go straight to Vegas.
Aw, come on! They didn't even document the Indigo inventory ID for the costume! I was really looking forward to that. What a useless recording. Deleted.
I think that clip is really, really interesting. And some things I don't really know what to make about it. Wait. Oh, I'm going backwards, aren't I? That's why it feels so strange. I'm going back to an area that we've already been to. So we got two guys talking, and I'm guessing they're both employees. And they're talking about the costume that we just asked Rambly about. And they say that this costume has been bought, it's been brought in, but they never got a chance to use it. So that must have been brought in literally at the time where Rambly was introduced as an AI.
What a useless recording. Deleted.
Yeah, he says what a useless recording. I think it's the absolute opposite, but I can't specify why. There's something about it, but I don't know. And that's the thing that aggravates me. It also intrigues me. And I think, oh, hey man, we're at Oceanic Odyssey.
Good job, Rookie Wrangler.
Thanks, I'm a rookie wrangler. But you go through there, it's the end of the game. I hope you enjoyed all my ramblings. I'm just a rambly raccoon myself sometimes, just rambling, talking nonsense. I got a couple of observations, a couple of things that I kind of noticed. Some of it probably not important. Some of it, maybe I hit on one or two good things, or maybe not. Who knows? One final thing, I think it's a bit of a wild take. I don't know. Going again to the the intro cinematic, there's a bit where you see a little Polaroid photo of a child. I am going to assume that that might well be the main character. I don't know, but it could be. That could be Ed. This could be the person that we're running around in right now. Can't even see their legs. No idea. We got 2 hands. That's all we know. But if you look in the background of that photo, you can see there's an illustration behind it. It looks like they're at Indigo Park or some kind of theme park or some kind of something. I don't recognise that character. Is that Molly? That's the only one I think it might be. Is it Molly? Or is it someone completely different who we've never come across before? Is it a different drawing we've never seen before? It could just be Molly, but I don't think it is. But I can't promise you either way. I can't swear to it. I really don't know. But it just caught my eye, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, and I think it could be an important clue. So yeah, it's like when you watch an anime, there's a lot of spoilers given in the intro for things that haven't been revealed yet. Very similar with this game, I feel. There's a lot of important details in there. But okay, let's go in. And let's see Finley.
You'll find a potpourri of porpoises,
Finley, a
pickles,
big
perches, as
dude.
far as the eye can see.
Gotta turn your torch off, otherwise you will miss him.
Really know what.
So here he is. He comes out big. He's a big dude. So yeah, lots of questions. But I hope you enjoyed this little... It wasn't really a theory video. It was just a whole random bunch of stuff. If you really want to get into it, you can always check out the ending song. Because if you do that, then you can always read into all the lyrics and what you think isn't important. Because some of it's important. Some of it's just fun for the song. Some of it might be hinting at other things. If you really want to get into it, there's the official music video for the ending theme. And if you take this as serious stuff as well, there's a lot more to see. So for example, what is the computer that Rambly is sitting at before the protagonist shows up? It's like a 3-screen setup, and the only one I can think of is Ed's own computer. But it doesn't look like that because one of the screens isn't vertical. I don't know. The critter cuff is featured in all of the pictures of the protagonist. It's obviously a very important feature. Why is Lloyd show at 2 AM in the morning on a Saturday night? Rambly beating Molly using magic. He's kind of an unreliable narrator, and he just sees her as having a happy ending and returning back to normal. Yeah, I don't trust this. In all my thousands of days, I've never had a friend like you. At least I hope I do. Is that a threat? Don't threaten me. But so long as we're doing what Rambly's suggesting, I don't think he'd ever get confused and doubt our intentions. But if we ever do something that he sees that isn't helping him directly, he might be forced to like lock us up or something like this. I think he's gonna struggle. I think he has his own mindset and approach to things. But yeah, it was just me talking some rambly stuff, and I hope you had a good time listening to it. I hope one or two of my opinions kind of piqued your interest as well, but we're not going to find out for a long time, because Chapter 2 hasn't even started development yet, I don't believe. So yeah, we'll just have to sit tight and look forward to what's coming in the distant future. But that is it for now. This is Usho signing off, and hopefully I will see you next time.
Okay, I'll let you go. See you next time, buddy. Please?